It's happening, we're getting a brand new PlayStation 5 digital showcase on Wednesday, September 16th at 1 PM Pacific time, and I'll put the times for other regions in the pinned comment. The PlayStation blog notes that it's around the 40 minutes and that it will feature updates on the latest titles from worldwide studios and our world-class development partners. And well, I think I got a good idea of what will be there. So in this episode of the Sunday Your Game show, I want to talk over everything we can expect, some rumors that are out there, and also about some potential jaw-dropping moments that could be at this show. Every Sunday I go over the latest gaming trends and make predictions based on research, so thanks for joining. I will of course also answer one of your questions at the end of the video. A like would really help the channel out. And let's go. As you might know, I'm running a September giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice. Just click the link in the pinned comment if you want to participate, and be sure you are also a subscriber of the channel before you enter, and good luck. Okay, let's talk about the most obvious things they will touch on first: the price and the release date. With the Xbox info now already out there, November 10th is the launch day for both systems, with the Series S coming in at $299 and the Xbox Series X for $499. So of course, Sony has to announce it too, also because it is set to launch 2 months from now. Like, it would be nice to know how much this thing is going to cost. Let's start with the date first. We had recent rumors about a November 20th date, thanks to Amazon Japan leaks. So that could be it, but let's not forget that the PlayStation 4 launched later in Japan than in the rest of the world. So I would not be surprised if this was a Japan-only date and that the console actually launches 1 week earlier in other regions. Like, I'm putting my money on November 13th, with website Video Game Chronicle hearing that that is when Sony is planning to spend a ton of their marketing budget. Another major factor is that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War launches on November 13th. We had that multiplayer reveal recently with the trailer captured on PlayStation 5, and we saw Assassin's Creed Valhalla change the release date from November 17th to November 10th to line up with the Series X and S launch. Like, it's important for a major game to release alongside a new console, and I think that that is what is happening with Call of Duty and the PlayStation 5 as well. And I totally think they will announce some sort of exclusive modes or features that will only be in the PlayStation 4 and PS5 version during this upcoming September 16th show. Maybe it has to do with the zombies that they still haven't talked about yet. Like, I could see an exclusive zombie map in the PlayStation version, something like that, but I totally think that Call of Duty will be at the show. As for the price, there's no way that Sony can beat the $299 price of the Xbox Series S, and that is also not what they want, and not what their focus is with PlayStation-only games, and I'm actually happy about that. Like, the developers working on PlayStation 5 exclusives can just focus on one super powerful machine and do not have to worry about lower-end hardware. And we already saw it with the Ratchet & Clank gameplay reveal, but I think this will lead to some impressive graphical moments. Like, we saw the in-engine Horizon Forbidden West trailer already that looked insane, but when we see the actual gameplay, like kinda E3 2016 style for Horizon Zero Dawn, I think we will be blown away. If the Decima engine has taught us one thing, is that we are not ready. An animator at Guerrilla is already hyping this event up, just like Blake, the senior quest designer, also like teased something. He quickly removed the tweet though, but I totally think that the game will be here. Fingers crossed for a gameplay trailer, or at least combat footage against new machines. They already confirmed new weapons, so hopefully they will show that. I want to see some new outfits for Aloy. I just want to see some surprising new features, and sure, multiplayer could be one of them. After the Ghost of Tsushima Legends reveal and the co-op rumors we even had before the Forbidden West announcement, it only makes sense that this is what they're also doing for Horizon 2. Like, that would be huge, although I would already be happy with a single player gameplay trailer and maybe a more specific release window, like summer 2021 or maybe the fall of that year. Going back to price, because while the show will mostly be focused on games, I think they will likely end with the date and the price. We actually got Game Reactor Europe saying that sources have told them that PlayStation is adjusting their pricing plans now that they heard the Xbox prices. We've heard that Sony is considering pricing the discless PS5 at $399, and the premium edition of the PlayStation will match the Xbox Series X with a $499 price point. And knowing the specs of the system, I think that this would be the best realistic scenario. I don't think they want to go higher than the Xbox Series X, that would be a bad look. And maybe the $100 difference is a lot for just a disc drive, but remember that people buying the digital-only PlayStation 5 can then only get stuff from the PlayStation Store, where Sony of course gets a bigger cut from, like they cut out the retailer completely. So I think that Sony actually prefers it if you get the discless PlayStation 5, so having the significant price difference to entice people only makes a lot of sense. It would also be a nice counter against the Xbox Series S that is significantly less powerful than the Series X and the PS5, while both the PS5 versions are of course the same. So spending $100 more for a discless PlayStation 5 with actually a bigger hard drive than the Series S sounds like a super sweet deal. Going back to software though, according to Sony, they will show great games coming to PlayStation 5 at launch and beyond. The big one at launch is of course Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I'm sure we will see way more of this during the show, gameplay info about the story, the characters, and there was always this rumor that the original Marvel Spider-Man would also be included in this package. And this actually makes a ton of sense because Miles Morales takes place in the same map as the PlayStation 4 game, so that work has already been done. And it would of course significantly increase the value of the packaging they have available, and then they might get away with a full price. So I would not be surprised if this was part of the announcement as well. But there should be more exclusive launch games. Deathloop was of course sadly delayed to spring 2021. I still think we will see it during the show, like a short trailer of some sort. But I expect to see more of Demon's Souls. That game was of course recently rated in Korea and Japan, as we talked about before here on the channel, and Spider-Man is the only PS5 game that has also been rated so far, and we of course know that that is coming this year. So that of course sparked some conversations, like what if Demon's Souls is a launch game too? Another game that was recently rated was Immortals Fenyx Rising from Ubisoft, that we now know is coming on December 3rd of this year. So again, that makes Demon's Souls in 2020 more likely. And by the way, a fun little thing about the Immortals box art is that it has the PS5 upgrade branding on it, so you know which PS4 game includes a free upgrade, which is pretty nice. And this, by the way, seems to be the Demon's Souls box art. Again, I expect way more on this game during the show. Having it as a launch title would be huge news, or even if it like launches in December or January would already be awesome. Oh, and I also think that they will announce that Bluepoint will now be part of the PlayStation Studios, so that they bought the developer behind this Demon's Souls remake. But yeah, Sony of course also is on a roll with third-party deals, and they seem to have way more planned. So we now saw two of the big Warner Bros. Games with Batman Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but one title that was supposed to be at E3 this year is still missing. That leaked Harry Potter open world game. And something that these big third-party deals have in common is that they are for huge properties like the Avengers. I would not be surprised, by the way, if we saw the next-gen version of that game during the show with maybe the Spider-Man reveal or Hawkeye gameplay. Like the next-gen version will of course be a big launch game in a way. No, but they also got the GTA 5 deal announced during the previous show. They showed Fortnite. Like Harry Potter would make perfect sense as another third-party deal, as they really seem to want to appeal to a mass audience. What if they get to reveal this new Harry Potter game here with some exclusive content? Like, I would not be surprised if that happened. A more likely bet seems to be Final Fantasy 16 though. MX Hombre on Reddit got a screen cap of a key figure for the franchise, retweeting this upcoming Sony event before removing the tweet. So something Final Fantasy is likely going to happen. Maybe it will be a timed exclusive again, like the Final Fantasy 7 remake. That would be a pretty huge get. There's also a locked Twitter account, by the way, for Final Fantasy 16, linked to a Square Enix account. It's pretty funny how this year many new game reveals have been linked to Twitter accounts. But yeah, we could totally see this here. Another thing that I expect to see here is the new IP from Hangar 13, the Mafia 3 creators, who are of course now releasing the Mafia Definitive Edition, and they've been working on a new IP for a very long time as well. Back in February, Take-Two teased that the game would be revealed in the coming months, but that was before the pandemic, so things of course shifted. So maybe Sony has the deal for this too. It would at least be cool to see it for the first time. I made a video before about how this could be like some sort of superhero new IP. Really curious, and I hope that it will be revealed. Of course, we get the indie games that are kind of hard to predict here, but the real question of course is, will we see another new exclusive being announced? I think it would be smart for Sony to talk about improvements for titles like Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2, or reveal that The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer that we all know is coming. Like repackaging those exclusives with some nice benefits. It makes sense, but we also want to see another big reveal from a major Sony first party. And I think that would be a slam dunk going into this PlayStation 5 launch period. Days Gone 2 seems to be too far away as it only launched last year. I think the two major possibilities are either God of War 2 or that rumored new Uncharted game. In April 2018, Sony was building this new development team to work with a major Sony studio on something that sounded like a Naughty Dog style project. And actually in July of this year, more Naughty Dog talent joined that same San Diego team. They are likely doing something in the Uncharted universe, because it would also be stupid for Sony to let that go. Maybe it's too early for that though. God of War seems like a more likely candidate, and even if it was just a teaser trailer with Kratos, like the one that they first wanted to put on the God of War 3 remastered disc before removing it, like something like this would already be huge. Like knowing that we get to play a new God of War adventure on the PlayStation 5 would be such a massive boost to the PlayStation 5 hype. They don't need it, I think. They could hold on to it, but it would also be such a massive way to end the show. I really can't wait for this PlayStation 5 event. The previous one was really good, so if this already comes close, it will be great. Like, I still forgot some things. I still think that Godfall will be a PlayStation Plus game at launch, as I said in a previous video. Resident Evil 8 might show up here again. What about Saints Row 5? They were still planning to announce that in 2020. Would be a huge get for Sony. I just don't know if we'll see any of the UI stuff. I think they will save that for like a blog post or a video before the release. 40 minutes is not as long as the previous live stream. It's like 30 minutes shorter. So I really think they will just focus on the games. And I'm really curious to hear what you want to see. So let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you can also leave a question that I then might answer in the next Sunday video. And under a recent Sunday video, I got a question from Jose asking, what do you think will happen with PS Now and PS Plus? Do you think they will merge in one for PS5? Lots of love, man. Keep the videos going. First of all, thanks of course. And PlayStation Plus is huge, like a big focus for Sony, and that's why we're really seeing the multiplayer offerings now from the first party developers, like with Ghost of Tsushima. And that's why I also think that Godfall will be a PlayStation Plus game at launch, so that when you get the PS5, you immediately have a reason to subscribe to the service, even if you're not like playing Call of Duty Online or something like that. We also learned, thanks to the Ubisoft Q&A, that the PS5 will not be backwards compatible to the PS3, PS2 and PS1. So that's of course where PS Now comes in. I can totally see them make like a PlayStation Ultimate offering, putting the two together. Maybe the PlayStation 5 already comes with 7 days of PS Now, but I don't think we will see that at this event. I really think they will just focus on the games, show the price and the date at the end and the pre-order starting time, and then talk about like services later on. But yeah, PlayStation Plus, huge focus. And again, that's why Horizon multiplayer makes a lot of sense. But PS Now, I still think they will use another moment for that. They want to focus on the PS5 for now. And subscribe, I will of course be live reacting to the event here on YouTube. So I will have a countdown timer up pretty soon. And yeah, I will likely have a ton of videos up as well. So again, subscribe if you haven't already to miss nothing. A like on the video would really help the channel out. And don't check out my previous video on some recent next-gen rumors from a little older Sunday video. For now though, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.